morning, and as well as Happy New Year's. By the time this video is going to go up, it is going to be past New Year's, but still I wanted to wish you guys a Happy New Year's. So this video is going to be kind of a weekend vlog of whatever I'm doing. Also, excuse my little baby hairs. These guys just have a mind of its own, always. Even though it's the new year, you would assume they would try to behave themselves, but no. Speaking of the new year, do you guys have any goals, resolutions, or expectations that you have for 2022? I know 2021, everyone was expecting it to be a little bit better, as you know, because 2020 was a year of its own that can just not be reminded because we all know we were in a panini. But yeah. But for me, mostly every year, I used to do New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. Now, as I gotten older, I kind of just set little goals for myself, and as well as just kind of pick a word for the year to kind of follow. Last year, I chose the word productivity, and I was hoping to be more productive with my life and just kind of my career and everything. But unfortunately, last year, a lot of things unexpectedly kind of happened with my life and my family that it just really did not help, and I kind of stopped following that word through the middle of the year because we learned some devastating news in my family. So yeah. But this year, my word is going to be quality. And the reason why I chose quality is because I want to do everything the best that I can, and just with my time and everything, it's very limited, and I just want to do everything the best that I can to the quality that I can, and as well as spend as much quality time with my family and friends, because in the past 2 years it's just been really hard to see family and friends. So yeah, so that is my word for the year, is quality. Some goals that I want to set myself for this year is definitely for my personal life. I have a few things that I have as a goal, but one that I would love to be able to complete this year is to gain a new skill. I felt like I haven't really learned anything new. Like, I've learned new things because I've started new jobs, but I wanted to learn a skill for fun on my own time as a hobby, and I felt like I haven't really done that. So that is one thing that I definitely do want to do, is learn a new skill, no matter what it is, just something that is new to me. That is a personal goal of mine, and then a work goal of mine is to be more consistent with a lot of things. I started a lot of things and then just kind of dropped off last year because I wanted to be productive and I wanted to do more things and be able to add a lot more things to my time. And I realized that because I added too many things, that I wasn't consistent with it. I wanted to pick up things from last year that I did when I was trying to be productive, and kind of pick out the ones that I was more interested in and be more consistent at that. But my big main thing that I want to do this year in my work life is don't spread myself too thin and not to stress so much. Last year, I felt like I stressed a lot and I spread myself out way too thin because, like I said, there was things that had happened with my family, and so they needed my assistance a lot of the time, and so I had to travel a lot through the year. And my family lives pretty far. They live about an hour away from me. They live in a different city than I do, and I also work an hour away from where I live, so I always drive an hour to work, and then whenever I am done with work, I have to travel over to my family's place and help them out with whatever they need to be helped out. So I spent a lot of time doing a lot of things, so I spread myself out very, very thin, and that's what I mean by I ended up just giving up on the productivity word halfway through the year because of that reason. So this year, I'm going to try to be better at that and try to be more consistent with the things that I do. And the big thing with that is I stopped really doing my bullet journal, which I have this beautiful color. It's actually more of a green color, but it's showing up as turquoise. so I don't know why, but it is. But I want to be more consistent with my bullet journal as well, because last year I just didn't have time, and my bullet journal kind of just went to the wayside. And honestly, without it, I was so lost, because I usually plan a lot of my things ahead of time and I know exactly what I'm doing, but because a lot of unexpected things happen, I wasn't able to really use my bullet journal. But now that everything kind of has settled and things are back into the routine of things, I definitely want to get back into my bullet journaling, and for sure get back on that scheduling and making sure that everything I have, I know what I'm doing. I'm seeing my plans ahead of time so I can prepare myself. So yeah, anyways, I rambled on enough, but let me know down in the comments if you guys have any New Year's resolutions, goals, or just any expectations for 2022, because I would love to know, because I think everyone's kind of in the same boat, wanting something different for 2022, because 2020 and 2021 was just not it, man. It was just a whirlwind of the past 2 years. So hopefully this year would be better, and that it's not going to be as bad, and that this panorama would finally slow the F down. So I just finished cleaning my desk, and I absolutely love it. It's finally clean. I've been meaning to clean it for a very long time. So yeah, let me show you what it looks like. So here is my desk. I do have a kind of dual monitor situation, but yeah. And then over here, if you're wondering why that is laid down, that is a picture of my husband and I. So yeah. And then over here, I have no idea what I want to do with these at the current moment. I need to figure out what I want to do with them, but yeah. But this is my desk. Here's an overview, and I absolutely love it. So, I did not film much today, and it is now 10 p.m. It is pretty late, but it had been a very busy day, and as well as I was with my friend for majority of the day, so it was kind of hard for me to really film because I wasn't really comfortable filming around people just yet. So that's the reason why I didn't really film much, but I did do a lot today. So today, my husband and I, as well as our friend, wanted to try this revolving sushi. My husband and I have tried to go to the sushi restaurant twice. One time in California, and then the other time on the grand opening about a week and a half ago that was open here in our state. And both times, the wait was over 3 hours. And we were like, no, that is not worth it to go and wait for 3 hours. This time around, my husband was like, let's put our name on the wait list and then we can go and do our errands. We can get like a mini snack and do our errands and then kind of cut down the time and then head to the restaurant when it's close to about 30 minutes for us to be called. And I was like, that is very ingenious. So that's what we did. We ended up putting your name on the wait list and then we went and did our errands. So we went to Mickey D's and each of us got like a small sandwich to eat. And as well as then went to Walmart to grab my oil supply because I need to do an oil change. So my husband is going to do that for me tomorrow, which love him so much. If you're wondering, my husband tends to do my oil change. He doesn't think it's great to take it to the shop because he doesn't trust those people. So he always wants to do it himself. So he's doing it for me. So yeah. Anyways, afterwards we ended up kind of just chilling and it was going to take us 30 minutes to get there. So with all of our errands and everything, it was about an hour or so. So we drove over to the restaurant, which like I said was 30 minutes. So it's about an hour and 30 minutes. And our wait time was, I believe, 170-ish minutes. So roughly we got there with a 30-minute wait, which wasn't too bad. So we're like, okay, cool, we can just sit and wait. And the lady actually even like asked us what our number was and she gave us an estimate time. And so we're like, cool, that's fine. So we can all just chill here and just hang out. It was really cold, by the way, today. It was like cold and hot, like, but not like a balanced. Like if you stand in the sun was gonna burn you, but if you stand in the shade, the wind was going to kill you too. So it was just not a win-win situation. Anyway, so we waited outside and the lady was just calling numbers and these numbers were just out of whack. Like one moment she'll be calling like table 64 and then the next moment she'll be calling 73 and then the next she'll be calling like 69 and then 83 and then she just kept fluctuating. The numbers didn't go consecutively and the thing was is like it wasn't even like different size parties, it was the same party. So it was just very confusing as to how they were calling these numbers. And then we waited, I think, another hour outside the restaurant. So we didn't get into the restaurant until probably around like, God, I would have to say nearly 1:32. No, actually, we almost got there. We almost got in there at like 2:30. So it was a long wait. Um, so yeah, and we finally got. Well, actually, the girl ended up skipping our number and we were like why did our number get skipped, and we actually had to ask her. Like we even asked her right when she said table 94 and we are like, wait, we were table 92 or you know number 92, why did our number get skipped? And we looked at our phone, it said our number had been called. But they hadn't called our number because the last number they called was 85. And even on the wait list, it showed 85. Like, number being called was 85. So our number never got called. So we're like, what the heck is going on? And so we went and asked her, and she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she was like, let me go get, let me figure this out. And then she was like, okay, we do have an open available table. So she ended up taking us over there, and she was explaining how because they had just opened up and their other location also had just opened up, their system kept mixing the numbers between other customers that put their names over there at the other location and the one where we were. So they accidentally said that they called our number. It was like this whole thing, and I was like, okay, it's whatever. Well, that was kind of scary. My dog just kind of like freaked out there for a moment. Anyways, so we ended up finally getting in, and I was like, I'm just gonna eat whatever, because at this point I'm like hangry. I hadn't eaten all morning. I ate like a small cheeseburger at McDonald's, and that doesn't hold me over because I eat like it's nobody's business. So I hadn't eaten since I think like 11 that morning, and it is like close to now 3 o'clock. I was not having it. I was kind of like hangry. So we ended up eating. About 10 minutes in, we were out of our drinks. So we had called our waiter to get a refill. And so we're like, we'll just wait, we'll keep getting food and wait until she gets there. And we literally ate about probably we ate 15 sushi plates. And she hadn't even shown up yet. So it's been about another 10 minutes since we had pushed the call button to call her over. So it's been 10 minutes, and then we're like, you know what? It's kind of busy. Maybe she just is, her hands are full. So we're like, whatever's. But we were kind of thirsty, so it was kind of hard to eat. And then when we put in our 15 plates, you were supposed to get a prize after you put in 15 plates. And we didn't get our prize. So we're like, all right, that's kind of weird. And then we got one of our orders that we had specifically ordered from the kitchen, which was takoyaki balls. And if you don't know what that is, it is fried octopus, and they fry it in the shape of a ball. Well, we got it, and our friend bit into it, and it was cold. It was frozen and cold in the middle. And we're like, oh my God, are you serious? So not only did we not get our drinks for about 30 minutes, our refill drinks for 30 minutes, we got technically undercooked food. And we didn't, like, our table machine wasn't really working properly. So we couldn't really, you know, get what we needed to get. So we're trying to get this waiter over. And it took her a really long time, like another extra 5 or so minutes to get over to our table. So we had to explain everything to her. And she like ignored us and was like, oh, we can get you a new fresh takoyaki balls. And we're like, that's great. That's cool. We also would like some drinks. And like she would just walk off. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, that's just not great service. So she comes back with the prize box because we told her that our prize machine wasn't working, something's broken in there. So she came and she gave us a prize box, and we grabbed one, and we're like, and then she was like walking away. We're like, can we get water? And she's like, oh, okay. And she doesn't come back for another like 5 more minutes. And so we've been sitting there for about like, a good 45 minutes with no water. And we were like thirsty. So we finally got some water. And then afterwards, after she had left, because like she was MIA afterwards, we ended up getting another waiter, and he was absolutely fabulous. He was very sweet. He was a gentleman. He was amazing, because we ended up eating another 15 plates, and our prize machine was still broken. So we had asked to get another prize. He was really friendly, really nice. So overall, I have to say the restaurant was not worth it for the 3 hour wait. There wasn't a lot of sushi options. If you're not a big fan of nigiri, it's not the greatest place to go because they had only like a handful of rolls, specialty rolls. The rest were like nigiris, and specifically salmon. It was just different type of salmon nigiri that they cooked in different ways. So if you're not the biggest fan of that, I wouldn't recommend this restaurant. But yeah. But that was that experience. It wasn't the best. Afterwards, we ended up going to the mall to kind of just like walk off the food because we did eat quite a lot. And we ended up going to these gachapon machines, and my husband and I got some cute little gachapons. These are the Sanrio characters. This one is Pum Pum Pudding, and then I believe this one is a cinnamon roll, I believe. So I gotta set these up. When I get the chance, when I do set these up, I will show you guys. But they're really cute. They're like little tiny mirror stands with the characters like sleeping inside. So it's really cool. They had, what was the other character? I forgot the other character. And then they had Hello Kitty. So there was 4 in total. But these were kind of expensive, not gonna lie, because we don't have a lot of gachapons where I live, because where I live, let me tell you, is just beige. So nothing ever fun happens over here. So yeah. Anyways, I want to talk about the book that I'm currently reading right now. After I finished reading The Diviners by Libba Bray, which I absolutely love, I think I might do a book review on it on my channel if you guys are interested or want to hear about it. But yeah, after that, I ended up picking up the Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. I took off the dust jacket because I don't like reading with the dust jacket, and at the same time, I tend to carry my books with me, so I don't want the dust jacket to be damaged, so I usually take them off. I only got to, because I did read a little bit while waiting at the restaurant. I barely got into it. It's a hefty book. Let's see. I'm not there. Okay, I'm on page about 46. So, not much. So, barely a little bit. I do have the audiobook also checked out from my library. So, I think I'm going to listen to that while also kind of following along. Because I tried listening to it without the book, and honestly, it was just kind of confusing. So, yeah, I think I'm going to follow along and as well as read it physically whenever I don't have the ability to listen to the audiobook. I think I'm going to do that. Hey guys, it is Editing Jemmy here. I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. I'm actually going to be splitting this video into two parts, and this is part one. And the reason for that is because this video is already over 20 minutes long, and I have a lot more clips to add on, so that's why I'm going to be splitting this into two parts. I hope you guys will stay tuned and look forward to part 2. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave a like if you guys did, and if you guys enjoy my content, feel free to subscribe. With that, I will see you guys next time.